I want to get into what I think is your bread and butter from the marketing standpoint. And Ron, you can speak to this a little bit as well, but it's repurposing content. Like, I think that that's what I encounter a lot from my vantage point. And I know that's what you see is an advisor has a great radio show.
Oh, yeah.
A great radio show, but it airs once and then it dies on the vine. It doesn't go anywhere else. So what can an advisor do with that great radio show?
Advisors just don't have a ton of time to reinvent the wheel every single time they need a new piece of content. So repurposing it with AI gives them, a way to make it more efficient, super fast. But you would take that radio show. I was talking to an advisor the other day who wants to start a blog.
Okay, so they got the audio. So they got the audio file.
Right. So yeah, he wanted to start a blog on his website, and I was like, well, what better way if you've already sat for an hour doing your radio show and you have the transcript? Why not take that transcript, put it into AI, and ask it to write you 3 to 4 blogs based on that topic? Mm-hmm. Because now you can flood your website with relevant topics in your own voice because you're using your transcript. So you don't have to be a fantastic writer. You just get AI to do it. Then you can backlink it to help with their SEO. And also, it's like, why not take that transcript and not only write blogs, but, write email campaigns or create social media posts. Mm-hmm. There's so many things that you can create out of that one piece of content instead of having to constantly come up with new ideas.
Yeah, and in my eyes, the process doesn't stop there because then you can gauge the metrics on the things that you've repurposed.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You've got a radio show that you think went really well. Mm-hmm. You take the audio file, you turn it into a transcript, it turns it into 4 blogs, and that one of those 4 blogs gets a lot of traction. Mm-hmm. Okay, I need to use that in maybe my drip campaigns for someone coming in for the first appointment. Right. Write me an email that uses this same content. It's shine this up and make it look a little different.
Mm-hmm. But also take the one that did really well, take it and turn it into a 3 to 5 minute YouTube video, mm-hmm. right? A script that you can then use on YouTube where you can have your own little YouTube university with educational content. Yeah. Then you can take that video that you've already created, turn it into shorts for Facebook.
See, I'm getting all these ideas now. Like in my head, I'm thinking, all right, I'm creating a media multiplier agent, right?
There you go.
Like, what a great idea to take that one transcript, take the time to create the agent, and again, use AI to create it. Mm-hmm. Say, hey, I want to create an agent that multiplies my media. Yeah, every week I do a radio show. I get the transcript. I want to turn that into, blog posts, email campaigns, YouTube shorts, like all these things. Tell me if I'm not thinking of everything. What are things I'm not thinking of? And when I upload the transcript, you automatically generate all of this for me. Yep. And it does it. And now, like to her point, it's not just text-based content that we can get. I can have it create a YouTube video. Will I be in it? No. But is it going to be a YouTube video that is relevant to, conversations and topics that I want? Is it from my show? It really is sky's the limit, and it's just dragging and dropping that thing over there. You're going to have more content than you can use. But then when you get the 1 or 2 that hit, to your point, then you're like, this is great. I want to expand on this, create XYZ. And you're just working out of that same agent every time.
Yeah.
You can even tell it to brand it all. And you're like, well, how do I get my brand in there? Let it do it. Say, hey, go to my website. Here it is. Create a brand kit for me to where every time I tell you I want it branded around my business, it'll do it. It'll throw your logo. It'll do everything for you.
And I think it can do a really good job of creating content that fits the platform that you're describing you want. Like, I think LinkedIn is one of these places where on paper you think to yourself, boy, an advisor should be doing great on LinkedIn. Like, it's professionals, all ages, but especially their demo. But LinkedIn isn't this secret sauce. Like, it's not, advisors don't necessarily make a killing on LinkedIn. Right. But if you have this great radio show and you have this transcript and you're creating these other assets for it, you can even get specific and say, hey, I need something for LinkedIn specifically. Mm-hmm. It doesn't need to be a video. It doesn't need to be a blog. Maybe it's their version of a carousel. Maybe it's basically a meme, like something. But create me content that people are accustomed to seeing on that platform. And I think it's gotten intuitive enough that it's getting pretty good at that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to win from you. I want an example. You can use a name if you need to. I know you shared the blog post and like, you got your radio show. This is how you get more from the buffalo. But in terms of another win that you've got when it comes to working with an advisor that's repurposing content. That's, hey, you've done this. Maybe it's a seminar. I feel like we haven't hit on seminars. What's a repurposing win that you could potentially have from a seminar?
So I know that I've spoken to so many advisors with their seminars, but repurposing their radio and television shows as like let's do it like a seminar sizzle, right? So putting that information into AI to kind of help build PowerPoint presentations to repurpose your TV episodes or your radio segments.
But I think, again, it comes back to you've done something really well. You've got a great radio show. Make it a PowerPoint for me so I can do it for my next seminar. No, you don't like that?
Not really.
Why not?
Because when we talk about seminars and we talk about their PowerPoint presentations, we want to stay high level on multiple subjects. Most advisors already have the high level points that they want to hit, which they may talk on their radio shows, but I don't know if that's technically something that they could repurpose every single time, because then they would have to constantly change their PowerPoint presentations, and that just gets to be more of a headache once they dial in and they know what they're going to be talking about and they know how they're going to be presenting. It's kind of like rinse and repeat every seminar. When you start changing things up like that, you risk the versatility of maybe that one not hitting as well as the last one, and we don't want to jeopardize them getting those appointments at the seminar because they're constantly changing what they're talking about.
You mentioned the seminar, though. You know, I've had quite a few advisors who have leveraged AI to review their seminar content. You know, so that's always good.
Like the game tape component to it?
Either the game film, you know, they recorded themselves and they watch it, or, you know, their PowerPoint, you know, they've got a 65 slide PowerPoint and it's like, hey, let's take a look, you know. Yeah.
Let's maybe cut that in half.
Yeah. So, you know, there's some things that you can do there. I don't know about repurposing content for seminars though. Okay. Because they're pretty, we try to get them to where they're pretty repeatable. Yeah.
Now, I do know we have a ton of resources on the portal for the calls to actions and the white papers that we do. I know a lot of advisors will take that content and repurpose it into other pieces for their email campaigns or
yeah, you told me about the white paper repurposing. Hey, you had an advisor that I want you to tell it, but you had an advisor that had somebody at the 5-yard line ready to get him across, but needed something else and used the white paper to leverage that. Yeah.
So one of the advisors that I had talked to, was it I think it was yesterday. He called and he's like, I need something. I need to have a prospect on the line. They had like a 401k that they were trying to like convert or something. I don't know all the details, but
you don't need to either. That's okay.
Yeah. But he was like, he's kind of getting cold feet. He's not sure if he wants to pull the trigger. I need something else to send to him. I was like, well, why not just go to the portal where we have, 20 to 30 white papers, where it's 2 to 3 page documents that has all the information that you could possibly need about a 401k. Take that, put it into AI, and write you a really good email. I don't like typing, so I also talk to my AI agent, but I just do like a talk to text. So I basically told him, hey, just go to AI, tell it exactly what the end goal is of like what you want this email to do for this prospect, throw in the document and ask it to use that information. So then you have a informational email that's tailored to the prospect, but then the goal is to either create that doubt of like, hey, you actually do really need to do this. So come on back in and let's go ahead and write the policy, right? Yeah. So using the white paper to create the email to then drip on that one prospect can help push over the finish line.
Yeah, I love that. And I think it speaks to maximizing content. Like the work has been done for you. The white paper is there for your disposal, and 5 people could put it into AI and you could get 5 different answers, 5 different approaches to it. And a custom email in that moment probably was the deal, like probably changed the game for that advisor.
Yeah, but you could also ask AI to write you 5 or 6 different emails so you can pick the one that you like the best.
ABCD tested.
There you
my
go.
goodness.
You never know if you're saying, even with like social media posting, you can create like 17 different posts and be like, hey, create one that's like a trivia, or create one that's like Q&A, or something fun and exciting. Like, how fun and exciting can retirement be? Get AI to write you a really fun and exciting Facebook content and watch your engagement go up, you know?
I know what you're thinking. Who needs another podcast about AI? You're right. Here's an impactful conversations in which we talked to Dr. Ronnie Sacca. He designed his own index that tracks media narratives, and it's pretty interesting if I say so myself. You can check out our house rules here. And of course, like and subscribe. It's the best way to stay up on top of our newest content. And we'll see you next time.